As per usual, what I tend to do nowadays is to double quadruple check that I am indeed live. So I'm gonna go ahead and just refresh over here on Twitch, refresh over here on YouTube to see what they say. And the answer is that, okay, YouTube says I'm live, so that's good. And Twitch is now saying that I'm live. Wow, I actually went live a lot sooner than I expected. It usually takes YouTube and Twitch to catch up. It takes them a little bit after I click on the going live button, but they eventually do end up catching up. Dan VR says, "Hi, hello to you, my friend. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're having a decent time so far." Twitch did not work. Oh, really? No way. No way that Twitch did not work. But I have it open right here, actually. So I can see that Twitch is working, Mr. Fabled, sir. So, why don't you enjoy the lower quality YouTube stream as a result, then? It does stream to Twitch at to YouTube at 480p. I think it's a higher resolution here in Twitch, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, maybe just a little bit. That took a while. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now, it looks like we're back on Twitch. Well, at least you are. I'm alright. How about you, Sistan VR? I'm doing alright. More so kind of up to here with work to do. I've been working pretty much all day, and then I didn't realize that it was time to go live, so I was like, alrighty, I better get that started. So after tonight's live stream, I'm going to be doing some work. Brown Dude says hi. Hello to you. How are you doing tonight? YouTube started up much quicker for some reason. Yeah, for some reason YouTube does start off a bit more quickly, but the quality seems to be lower on the YouTube side at least. Unstoppably Trimax says, hi, hello to you, how are you doing tonight? And yeah, like, thanks to all of you for being here so early. Hello there, Bloody Fedora. Thanks for jumping in. A lot of early adapters. I usually have to wait at least like a couple of minutes, but this time around, everyone's here so quickly. And thanks a lot for that. I appreciate it. Can we watch some 21st century humor? That is highly debatable. Mr. Tom 3801, Tom 3801, space in between. It's not out of the question, but it is still a subject for debate. I'm the best, so I'm always early. Ah, well, you're not always early. Sometimes you're a little bit late. And that's okay. It's okay to be late sometimes. A question, do you plan to play The Witcher tech? The Witcher 1? Like, specifically? I did already play through The Witcher 3 quite some time ago. Like a couple of years ago. And fantastic game. I loved it a lot. But I tried playing The Witcher 1 and I just, like, I couldn't. The Witcher 1, I mean, The Witcher 2 is just not for me. Foolish Swami says first. Well, officially, Foolish Swami is now first. Well, thank you for being so early, Foolish Swami. TV, okay. He is a television. Fourth. You know what? Fair enough, sure, fourth. The Ultimate asks, are you literally just chatting tonight? Yes, I am. I'm just here to talk to you guys. Just chatting. I think I do a lot of that, actually, on this platform. I've got my my turtleneck ready, my just chatting turtleneck. So clearly I'm ready for a conversation. By the way, how are you doing? I'm doing alright. Still thinking about what I have to do right after, which is work, but essentially, I am doing alright. Oh, you already played? Yes, I did. The Witcher 3, fantastic game. Pretty long though, so like, I don't know when I plan on replaying that game, but if I am, I'm not even sure like where I would do it because I first played it on PC on a GTX 970 and a Core i7 4790K. Not not overclocked though. And yeah, like performance was pretty good for sure, but I don't know, like since it came out on the Switch, like would I play it on the Switch for the sake of being able to take it with me? Or do I still keep it on PC because now I have much nicer hardware and I can get a much nicer looking game? Oh, wait a second. Witcher 3 is a long ass game. Hang on. I need to approve a couple of comments here. Witcher 3 is a long butt game. Even that one got censored out. It's a long bum game. What's going on with this? With this thing tonight? Redeemed voice. Any character, anime or video game. Let's see. Of course, Luigi. I guess that means that I have to do that Luigi. I have to be the Luigi for for at least a little bit. I didn't talk about the time limit there. No. I did not, which means I am free to do as I please. Wah. I'm going to do the switching over to the just chatting window now. I think it is about time. Play Turtles in Time. Is that the song? Tick Summit isn't good at games, so he talks to us. You figured out my secret. How did you know? Well, in that case, Ouija. You figured out my secret. I don't know how. I don't know the how. All of your Witcher 3 comments just went through. It's a game from the N64. Oh, that is a game. I'm going to have to take a look at that. Play Turtles in Time. I thought it was like a song or or something, you know? Let me see. Turtles in the Time. This is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Turtles in Time. I would be happy to play this. I used to love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They would fight a lot. I lied. SNES. I should have known that you would lie to me like that. I believed in you. I believed in you, foolish Dasawami. How dare you? I think that's enough Luigi for a little bit. I hope you've made lots of spaghetti. Not today, actually. Not much spaghetti in my life as of late. I would love some pasta. One of these days, though. That'd be pretty nice. That is my hands down all-time favorite game, really. It is probably based off of nostalgia, I'm sure, but like I feel that. There was this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that I actually really liked on the Game Boy Advance. Let me see. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles GBA. I'm trying to figure out exactly what the name of the game was, but I think it really was just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, it's just called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it was for the Game Boy Advance. It was very much like a beat 'em up style, like very much like how the Turtles in Time game looks in a sense. They do have very similar styles, to say the least. It's definitely nostalgia, and I'm 100% a-okay with that. No worries. I get that. I more so have more nostalgia, even though like this definitely brought me back. But I more so have nostalgia towards my time with Pokemon Platinum. I am melting. 26 degrees Celsius. Sensation of 30 degrees Celsius. My room is baking me. Yeah, that sounds pretty insane, especially this late into the night in Brazil. That's pretty insane. 26 to 30, like Those are summer numbers over here, at least. Centigrade. Run. Yeah, you want to run away from there. We use the superior Fahrenheit. I think we are the only country that uses Fahrenheit, funnily enough. I think every other country, at least almost every other country, uses Celsius. There is another unit of measurement regarding temperature. Was it Kelvin? I think it was Kelvin. But yes, over here we do use Fahrenheit. Though Celsius does make more sense, like it is simpler to understand. And nowadays I've actually like gotten a pretty decent hang of it, so like now I can cross-reference, and now I know. Like when somebody mentions a number in Celsius, I automatically like just like create an average in my head of what that is in Fahrenheit. Ninja Please 636 says, "What's up? How's it going, buddy? I hope you're having a good night so far." Eternal Fable, Kelvin. Kelvin. Oh, right, yeah, Kelvin. Fahrenheit is better for people. Centigrade is better for science. I don't know. I feel like Celsius still works pretty well when it comes to describing temperatures, even when it comes to the weather or anything like that. I think that it works pretty well. Like Fahrenheit, I think that we just prefer Fahrenheit because we grew up with Fahrenheit around, but if we were around Celsius more often, then that would be a different story. Though actually, from when I lived in DR, that was we do use Celsius over there, but I've honestly very much forgotten all about that. And I didn't even realize it because I was pretty young, and like we kind of, at least like around the farms where I lived, it was more like, oh yeah, it's cold outside, or oh, it's hot outside, it's lukewarm, that kind of thing. So numbers weren't even used. I understand better Celsius. I used it my whole life. To be fair, yeah, of course. I've grown to understand Celsius a bit better myself. I used to play Spider-Man on GBA along with Need for Speed, Porsche Unleashed, and Hot Wheels World Race. I see you've got quite the catalog there. I actually also used to play Spider-Man on the GBA. I used to really like that game. There was Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2, I think, for the GBA. And I think that Spider-Man 2, if I'm not mistaken, was the one that allows you to like sort of swing around in like 3D, but not really. Like you're still like a pixelated character, but the world is like rendering around you so slowly. I remember that aspect, like whenever you had to like fast travel from one point to another in the Spider-Man 2 game for the GBA, but I guess it's neither here nor there. Tech Summit. ¿Cómo estás, señor Tech Summit? I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. How are you doing tonight? Swami says, you can have more of a degree of variation in whole numbers, which scientifically is easier to understand. I'm actually confused by your argument a bit. Like, as people, we prefer whole numbers. Oh, okay. I should have read the rest of it. Gotcha. I mean, I guess so. But if anything, I mean, I would say that Celsius offers... I want to say that, okay, like Celsius might not be quite as precise when it comes to weather, at least in comparison to Fahrenheit. Because with Fahrenheit, Usually you have a range from like technically, I don't know, like this is going to sound stupid, but like 0 to 100, let's say. Like 100 degrees around here is pretty hot. Um and uh and 0 degrees in Fahrenheit is also well below freezing, because the freezing temperature here is 33 degrees or 32 point something. But like when it comes to Celsius, uh 0 to 100 is like freezing to boiling. But then like 0 you would see a lot more often, because yeah, like it freezes, but like it never really boils around here. So hot is like getting around like the 30s, but like everything in Celsius is more like a range. When Fahrenheit just feels more specific, because you can go much higher than just 0 to 30, for example. Though obviously those aren't the limits. The Ultimate asks, wait, are you Dominican, or did you say Puerto Rico? I either heard DR or PR. I said DR. So yes, I am indeed in Dominican. World Race is probably my favorite game on GBA. Yeah, it definitely has that feeling. Absolutely. Torture says, hey, hello to you. How are you doing? Everything burns according to Bloody Fedora. I mean, 26 feeling like 30 sounds extremely humid. Can you speak Spanish with a Dominican accent? I have never heard one. I only do that really like around my family, really, and then like everywhere else I try to like adjust my speech so that if I have to speak Spanish, I can at least sound more polite, because a Dominican accent isn't really very polite sounding, if that makes any sense. Like it's very loose. Well, I don't want to say accents. It's more so like the dialect that we use, which for a lot of other people might be a little hard to like fully grasp. And plus, it allows me to slow my speech down too, even more than what it already is, considering how slow I speak. And that's what I mean, like, for regular people, we talk about weather or cooking. That was a super solid argument, and it actually helped me understand how people can defend Celsius. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm glad I was able to help out in that regard. I am turning the AC. Screw the bills. Yes, screw the bills. If you're burning, you need that AC. I would have immediately turned that thing on. In fact, we are kind of approaching the weather down here, where I might start doing that soon. And for me, that weather is like in the 50s. It's like, oh, well, time to turn on the AC. Because I guess I'm just a very warm-blooded person, so like I don't get cold very easily. But I do get hot very easily. GBA was very meh. Yeah, I think that's fair. Porsche Unleashed PC version was superior. Is that so? Let's see. Do you think with Go XLR you need Cloud Lifter with SM7B? No, not at all. I have tested the SM7B with the Go XLR, but it's not necessary at all, in my opinion. The Go XLR already has very high quality preamps, and it already offers enough gain to like compensate for like any lack or just like uh, uh to like compensate for so many different types of microphones. Like you can still make an SM7B peak pretty easily with a Go XLR. A Go XLR offers a lot of power in that regard. So yeah, you can absolutely power it just fine, and it'll still sound very clean as well. So don't worry when it comes to that. Yeah, proper Spanish. And that's like British English. I mean, I guess so. And yes, yeah, I would say, I mean, like, each country has its own dialect. There isn't, like the one correct accent, but there is still, like, a standard, uh, uh, like, dialect, I guess, or manner of speaking. Is "güey" considered an insult in the Dominican Republic? No, we don't use that at all, actually. Like, if you say that, I don't know, like, people might laugh. Like, they know what it means, but it's nothing crazy. It doesn't carry nearly as much weight as it does in some other places. Bro, AC doesn't go on here till like 80 to 90. No, like 80 for sure. Okay. I mean, I can't relate at all. I simply can't. Like, down here, it just gets too humid and it gets too warm. For me, at least. Like, I will melt, I will die. I need that AC. Already like in the 50s. And especially since my room is like in the basement. And I have one tiny window only. So like opening it only gets me so far. It only works properly in the winter. What mic are you using? Asked Michael Sean. I'm using the Electro Voice RE27ND. Excuse me. I don't have a review for it posted yet on the channel, but I will soon. The review is actually scheduled to release on the 27th, so exactly 1 week from now. No, actually, I lied. It's scheduled to come out on the 23rd, so 3 days from now. So then you'll be able to hear all of my concise scripted thoughts on there. But yeah. And the AC is not freezing. Oh no, not hot air. Have to wait until it adjusts. Oh, I see. Like, it takes a little bit to start cooling up first. That's so frustrating, I bet. So would you say put it at like 60 decibels? You will know when you get your hands on the Shure and you plug it in into a Go XLR. Like I'll give you an example, actually. I'll try to let you know what the best time for that might be. So over here, allow me to show you. I'm going to share my screen. Might as well. Okay, so here we are. So this is my Go XLR interface, which is what you're going to see as soon as you first open it up. I mean, I'm assuming that you don't quite have it yet, or maybe you're just like trying to figure things out now. Like maybe you do have it. But either way, like right here in the mic setup, under mic, you would just go ahead and click on this, and then over here it would show you at what level you're at. And because I clicked on this, it also brought down the volume of my microphone everywhere else, right? So right now, I do have this microphone to around 50 decibels, and that's more than enough for it. The Shure might ask for like a little bit more. Good is usually around this green range, and if you find that the Shure is maybe just like halfway through the good range, like you want it to get close to loud, but you don't want it to actually get too loud, So like you can just adjust this meter as you go, and make sure that you get the proper volume adjustment. So like I don't remember off of the top of my head uh, exactly uh, what number in decibels would be best, but this is how you would figure out if it ends up being too loud. However, again, GoXLR offers more than enough gain in that sense. I do hope that that was helpful. All right, so back to my original volume. I've been on backlog with GoXLR for around 2 months. Uh, Comes on Monday, just look to see what mic to get. Okay, gotcha. And I feel that. I definitely feel that. The Go XLR has been such a tough item to get your hands on. Brown dude ass. I'm Mexican, and it is probably one of the most common words in Mexico. Yeah, I hear. You will hear it everywhere. Yeah, I've uh I've had a lot of Mexican friends. So yeah, that, I can very much confirm that. Even just like when joking around. Bloody fedora. Okay, it began to work, thank goodness. Okay, you will survive the night. Michael Sean, what equipment do I need for XLR Procaster for a podcast, please? You really don't need much. So XLR Procaster. Are you talking about like the audio interface itself? I'm assuming that you're talking about the uh, Rodecaster Pro, or are you actually talking about the Procaster microphone? I'm sorry. Can you please clarify that just a bit for me? And I should be able to help you out, hopefully. Electric Piano Boy. Hey, dude. I love your content. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I very much do. And thank you so much for stopping by tonight as well. Thanks for coming in. So what type of XLR cable is good? Honestly, I use an Amazon Basics XLR cable, and I haven't had any issues regarding audio. Like, don't worry too much about that. Some people might actually start like recommending different types of cables, and there are some cables that are going to be a little bit better than others, but I've been working with like Amazon Basics XLR cables for quite a while. That's where I've done all of my microphone tests on, and it's been working just fine. No issues here, really. Watch Ryle. Oh, Jesus. Here we go again. Here we go again. I shall not give in. Ryle, I've watched enough. Okay, like you made 3 exposed videos on me yesterday. And I'm still recovering from that, you know. It's been a tough time. Oh, the Rodecaster. Okay, so you're definitely referring to the audio interface. So I have a Rodecaster for my podcast. And I just use Rode Pod mics, which are just $100 microphones. And I think that is a great microphone for it. But the Rode Pod the Pod mic does have a pretty high noise floor, I would say, which is one of the drawbacks of going with that microphone. And the Rodecaster isn't necessarily going to make that any better from my experiences. So, but like still it sounds pretty good. However, you are still going to hear some noise. And then, I mean, there are just like a ton of different microphones that you can use with it. Were you looking at any specific ones maybe? And maybe you were wondering which ones to choose from? Ryle time. It is not Ryle time. Ryle time has ended. It is the end of Ryle time. Torture asks, how much was your cable? Oh, well, my cable was, I think, $9. It's it's just a really cheap cable, and it works just fine for me. I haven't had any complaints. Again, like a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, some people might actually go out of their way and recommend certain cables. There are some cables that are going to be better than others, but not most people. Like most people are not going to notice those like minute differences, if there are any. So, Mike, would you say is best what you have tried? Oh, like the best microphone out of every one that I've tried? Ooh, I mean, let's see. I mean, like speaking specifically about XLR microphones, I would say that the best one is probably the RE27ND. But I still have a pretty big soft spot for the BP40. However, I would not consider that to be like the best microphone, because that microphone is for specific types of people. It just happens to work really well for me, and that's what I upgraded from. Now I have this microphone, but I feel like this microphone can offer just about any sound that you're looking for. Like, I personally seek more of a podcast-esque sound, so I went with this. And I did the tuning on my Go XLR, and that was that. So I would consider this one to be the best, but it's not necessarily the best value. AKG P120 studio condenser recording microphone, APG 220 as well. Okay, so there are two different microphones, neither of which I've actually reviewed. AKG. I've never tested an AKG microphone, actually. That'd be interesting. I do see the 120 here on Amazon. Yeah, I do see that this is actually pretty affordable microphone. So like either way, regardless of which microphone you end up going for, this is a condenser microphone. The Rodecaster can already offer very good, like it already offers phantom power, so it will be able to power both microphones just fine, totally fine. And condenser microphones don't require much gain, actually, unlike dynamic microphones on the other hand. So even though I would personally argue that the Procaster doesn't really give you that much in the way of gain, it can definitely support condenser microphones perfectly well. It is perfectly capable of doing so. So in this case, I would say that it kind of just like comes down to your budget, really, between those two microphones. Like, if you're willing to shell out the extra cash for the 220, which isn't much more expensive from what I can see here, might be the better way to go. And it even comes with a shock mount too. Like, that's pretty, that's going to come in handy. So personally, like, just based off of the offerings, I think I would go with the AKG PE220, the Pro Audio solution, that is. Now, granted, like, I haven't tested either of these. I'm just eyeing them. I don't even know what they sound like, but I'm just eyeing them. And just, like, from what I'm seeing, the decision that I would make just from looking at both of those would probably be to go with a slightly more premium option that already comes with a pretty essential accessory, such as a shock mount. Speechless says Ryzen. Well, where did that come from? Oh, Ryzen. Is the Elgato Wave 3 good? Yes, it is. I think so. I actually still have the Elgato Wave 3. I think that it is a pretty good microphone. The accessories for it are also pretty cool. I did get the metal pop filter for it, and I mean, it has been pretty great. Like, to be honest, I think that it offers a good amount of depth But most importantly, what makes the Wave microphone stand out from the rest of the microphones is all of that software control that you get, which honestly, it can look pretty complicated at first because it's just so much to look at. So where would you rate the SM7B? I would say that the SM7B probably comes in third place for me. Like, I would say that because again, like, there are the microphones that are better for me, and then there are the microphones that are just objectively better in general, like that most people would find the best sound from. And honestly, like, you could even go ahead and debate that the RE20 might sound better than this microphone, and you could still be correct in that regard. But like, I would put the RE27ND, this microphone, as number one, then the RE20 right behind it. And honestly, they're very close in terms of performance. It's just that they both kind of aim for different things in terms of what they hope to sound like. And then we have the Shure SM7B in third place, which is a much more flat microphone that gives you a lot more options for customization. And it is a better value than this $500 microphone here, because you do save $100. It's still built incredibly well. It already comes with a fantastic windscreen, a great mount already as well. It is a really fantastic microphone. Hey, I'm looking for a cheap solution for a webcam for PC. I use my phone right now, but I'm looking for something more permanent. I was thinking C920, but the prices have shot up. What should I buy instead? How much are you looking to spend on a webcam setup? Is my question. Because you can make most webcams work for you, even if they aren't like the best looking ones. If as long as you have good lighting, like if you have a light source that's like directly pointing at you under the best lighting situations, a lot of webcams can look okay. And considering that we're in 2021, your phone probably looks better than the vast majority of webcams out there. So like, it does depend on how much you're willing to spend, that it might actually turn out to be a real upgrade. You should try Aston's Stealth microphone. I have been intending to. I really have been. It's just been... it is more so like an investment that I would have to make on that microphone, because that microphone is pretty expensive. And I'm pretty sure that that the folks over at Aston don't want to send this out to me for review. No, nor will I try asking, because that might be a lost cause. So I am expecting to have to buy it, which I'm perfectly fine with. So currently I do see a deal here on Amazon for like $330. I would love to try it out, because I really have been eyeing this microphone for so long. I think it looks so sick. And I have like watched videos and like heard what it sounds like. Seems to sound pretty good. But I want to try it out for myself. I want to have my own opinions on it as well. What other equipment do I need in addition to the condenser microphone? Please list them. Probably a mic arm. You're going to want an XLR cable as well. And if you're doing an audio only podcast, then that's really about it. Like just a solid way of being able to hold your microphone, a cable for plugging in your microphone to your interface, and a micro SD card to go inside of your Rodecaster. And that's really about it, if you're going audio only. Now, if you're doing video as well, now that's a totally different story. Like, I would have to list off quite a few things. Wait, what kind of music are you listening to? Oh, I am just listening to Stream Beats right now. The song is called Euphoria by Harris Heller. And yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that this is just like chill lo-fi to talk about genres and stuff. But yeah, it's what I usually play during live streams. C920 doesn't even have 720p 60 FPS. Yeah, I know. It is it's not a great webcam anymore. It used to be good, but I I think it's pretty poopy in 2021. Thought it was 720p 60. No. No, 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 no. It's 1080p 30, I think. It has 60 FPS only for 360p and below. Yes, something like that. Never mind. I just found your music. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, the music is going to be on the just chatting window, like where your messages appear at the bottom of that. Like you'll be able to tell what song I'm listening to at this current time. One of them at least, right? Yeah, it just keeps like cycling through. It is it is a playlist after all. When do you think that you will get one? April, most likely. I do have to make it a mission to make sure that I get my hands on this microphone to test out, and eventually I would like to do another roundup of microphones as well, of like XLR microphones, and comparing them all in one giant video. Probably either doing it with the Yamaha MG10XU or doing it with the Go XLR. That I'm not entirely sure of, like which interface I'm going to end up using, because it kind of just depends on where I end up filming that video after all. But yeah, I do intend on doing that. And the Aston Stealth was actually one of the last microphones that I was planning on getting for that video. So hoping for the best there. Audio podcast. Oh, okay. Then in that case, if you're going audio only, then everything I mentioned will work just fine for you. Do I need USB audio interface or an audio mixer of some sort? Well, you already mentioned that that you were going to have the Procaster, no? Or the Rodecaster, I should say. Because if you have that, then you don't really need anything else. Because the Rodecaster itself would be the interface. So I would say that you're pretty good to go with that. I mean, if I'm wrong, like, do correct me. Like, if that wasn't what you were going to get. But yeah, like a Rodecaster should do. I might have use for it though. Kind of pathetic. The C920 is kind of a waste. I might have use for it though. Yeah. I also have a C920 over on this side, like on top of that monitor over there that you guys can't see. And I have given it some use in the past, but it's not. Even under ideal lighting situations, it's not really all that great. Sorry, I don't have a Rodecaster. Oh, that's okay. I mean, in that case, what I would recommend to you, my friend, is this is actually a great little interface. Let me see. The Focusrite Scarlett Solo is the interface that I would recommend for you. It runs for about $120. And you do have to connect this interface in particular to a computer of some kind, and it would be over USB. And then you would plug in your XLR microphone onto it, and then that's how you would get that setup. It is a great one, by the way. Oh gosh, I was looking for ASMR videos and I found one about cooking. Kind of bizarre. Actually, you would be surprised there are so many videos like that. I mean, like, if there are ASMR videos about like people eating, there has to be someone cooking. Like cooking ASMR is probably more pleasing, if anything. I wonder how a single skinny woman can eat so much. Are you watching So Young by any chance? It literally isn't. There isn't a ton of better options out there. No, like for the price tag, no. I recently reviewed two webcams. I reviewed the Razer Kio Pro and I reviewed the Logitech Streamcam. And both webcams were pretty good, but they're not $200 good, if you ask me. And I even did a test recently with like a cheap used GoPro and a little like HDMI to USB converter. And that GoPro gave me a super wide field of view. It captured pretty much my entire room from where I had it seated over here, right on top of my monitor. And all I had to do was really just like mess around with the colors and stuff. And it only cost me $60 for both things together versus the $200 Razer webcam. And in my opinion, it looked better. Great, thanks. Yeah, no problem. Let me know if I can help out in any way. Bok Young. It is the okay. Wow, I was actually quite close. It is the name of the channel if you want to know what I'm looking at. Now, yeah, I was curious. I thought that you were looking at So Young, which is another like mukbang channel. Well, definitely not at that price tag. Oh, no. Like, these webcams are definitely not worth it at that price tag. However, if they were maybe half the price, that would be a different story. But, like, even then, a little tough to justify, but because of their webcams, you know, like, maybe you can still make an argument for that. Maz just jumped in. Is V-Fine K678 a good microphone? I think so, yeah. I tested it I think the summer of last year, and I do remember liking it quite a bit. However, I would say that when it comes to its noise floor, it does have somewhat of a high noise floor, and you do have to be closer to it to really like get the most out of it, I would say. But yes, it can sound pretty darn good if I do say so myself. I would vouch for a lot of V-Fine's products, to be completely honest. I think that V-Fine just does a really good job with their stuff in general. I've reviewed quite a few of their microphones, including the K678, the K690. The K690 in particular is pretty good. I'm just kind of waiting for the day that they make an XLR microphone. Like, that's what I really want to see. Because we have seen an ocean of USB microphones at this point, and I just want to see more XLR ones. Really, I need to see more of that. However, I am still working on making sure that I have every microphone that I'm going to be testing for that giant conglomerate video where I compare a bunch of different XLR microphones, and I'm going to try to get my hands on the RE20 again. I need to borrow that microphone. The K690 is not available in my country. Oh, I see. If the K678 is, then you are still getting a pretty good microphone, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. The K670 is also pretty affordable. 678, I mean, sorry. And I would say that it is one of V-Fine's most interesting microphones, no doubt. And the Blue Yeti is from $200 to $250 based on the No, don't bother. Don't bother with the Yeti. You're not missing much. I mean, depending on which Yeti you're looking at, you're probably not missing much. This microphone is a lot smaller, which means that it also probably has a smaller capsule. I haven't exactly verified that, but in my opinion, the Yeti Blackout and the V-Fine K678 sound pretty similar, if you ask me. But the K678 does have better monitoring capabilities than that Yeti Blackout. So that's my argument there. Dude, I was a little bit fat, but I didn't eat like I just went shipwrecked. What? What happened to you? Are you okay? The Ultimate. I was considering the AT2020 at first, however, the cheap USB interface I was looking for was getting scalped. However, I could have just gone for a Scarlett 2i2. However, oh wait, oh yeah. However, it's just that the AT2020 just seems so quiet to me. The AT2020 isn't quiet, it's just tinny, in my opinion at least. I think that that it could sound better in and of itself. However, if you were interested in it, the Scarlett Solo is definitely more than enough to power a microphone like that. In fact, like now that you mention it, I actually went to a Micro Center last night, which is why I was late to the stream, because on my way back home there was quite a bit of traffic. But I went there and we actually found a microphone kit. It was an Audio-Technica AT2020 with an Audio-Technica arm and the XLR cable going around it for $150. That whole kit, like, it was such a good kit. In my opinion, for that money, $150, when the AT2020 on its own already costs like $100 usually. So that was pretty insane. And he also got himself the Scarlett Solo, which has been pretty good for him. I mean, granted, he's only had it for one day, but like upon just doing a little bit of testing, works pretty well. It definitely provides enough gain for it. Are you serious? In Micro Center? Yeah, in Micro Center. It was pretty sick, actually. I would argue it was a pretty great find. Man, I wish I had glasses. I would have just like done that. I actually went with the K690 and a boom arm setup. Thanks to tons. Amazing reviews on the mic. It is a very good microphone. I have to give it 2 feet fine. Oh yeah, it did seem tinny. Yes, the AT2020, in my opinion, is pretty tinny, but yeah. Let's see. My one is the K678. Again, that is a great microphone. I have a few friends that actually main that microphone, and they like it quite a bit. Are you using a dynamic microphone? Yes, I am. And if you're curious as to which microphone this is the Electro Voice RE27ND. Blade Vidor says, well, nothing. I am just surprised how a skinny woman can eat so much. I'm a big burly guy. I can't eat that much. Oh. Well, some people do have bottomless stomachs. Like, they can eat as much as they want and not be full, or too full. I don't really get how. I mean, Micro Center has amazing deals a lot. Oh yeah, like they tend to have good pricings on a lot of stuff. So there's that. I can appreciate Micro Center there. Though this was actually also my first time at a Micro Center. Squish that cat. Ah, John Moo Firecat has arrived. Welcome, John Moo Firecat. Your voice is so detailed. Oh, well, thank you. I would like to thank my microphone and my audio interface for allowing me to deliver on this kind of audio quality for you all. This live stream is sponsored by the folks over at Electro Voice and the folks over at GoXLR. Thank you very much for selling these products to me for review. No, I'm kidding. This live stream is not sponsored by anybody. Well, it's sponsored by me, and it's sponsored by the launch of my new merch store, which actually just launched as of recently. So if anybody's interested in picking out some Tech Summit merch, that is going to be available, I think, in the chat, in like the very bottom of the YouTube chat, like where the description is, it is going to be right down there. So do make sure to check it out if it interests you. Jeez. Jamu Firecat says, hey, what would be you reaction if I typed you address in chat? Well, Jamu Firecat, a lot would happen. Well, first of all, you don't know my address, but if you did, and you typed it out, right here in the chat, I would have to ban you everywhere and, yeah, probably sue you for doxing or something. So, you know. I just came in hard there. I came in like extremely offensive there, but I shall protect my home at all costs. Because my basement is all I have. Well, to give it more detail, go ahead. What do you have in mind, the ultimate? Also, when will you lower VIP? You just reminded me that I need to do that. I did say that I would. I said that I would do a lot of things, didn't I? And don't you dare agree with that. I shall not be sassed. Are you Canadian? No, I'm not Canadian. Let me see. Let me go into the settings, I think. I think it's in the settings of my dashboard. Prime Gaming, channel and videos. Moderation, affiliate. Come on, where are those rewards? Where do I look at that? Affiliate onboarding change? No. Extensions, streaming tools, viewer rewards. Here they are. Channel points. Let's see. Customize points display. Manage rewards and challenges. Okay, so here are the ones I have. So there's the voice changer, sing a song, which is still, it is going to stay at 3,000. Speak with a foreign accent for 10 minutes. I'm actually going to disable that one because I'm not good at it. Let's see. Check the chat. Check the chat. Am I missing something? Oh, there is. I think so. Oh, speak with a foreign accent. Oh no. Well, I have to do it. Unfortunately, I do have to do it. However, I get to pick the accent because I'm only good at making one other one, and this is going to be the Russian one. Welcome back to my territory, everybody. Bloody Fedora says, I don't blame you, Tech. My address is very important to me too. Only a few people know. Of course, you have to protect your home no matter what. So let me go ahead and lower the requirements for reaching VIP. I think that 100,000 points might actually be good enough. Viewers earn 220 points per hour on average. Subs earn multipliers up to 2 times. That is interesting. However, yes, I am going to keep it at 100,000. It was at 150,000, but I had brought it down to 100,000. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and press on the save the button, and we should be pretty good to go from there. So you become, now officially you will become a VIP. Goodness, somebody just slammed the door closed. Shut. But you will become a VIP at 100,000 points now. Not 150,000, but just 100,000. I brought it down from 500,000. So, there it is. I have done my mission. That has been completed. But let me see, what else should I add actually? Chat, what do you think? What other rewards do you think I should go ahead and add? Wait, I have 15k points? Bloody. How much do you have? I'm sure he's got quite a few. He doesn't just spend them all willy-nilly like some of you do. Hydrate. Oh, right. Somebody did bring that up. It was Bloody Fedora. He's been saying you need to hydrate, my friend, and I'm going to do that. Hydrate. I'm going to make it expensive. Extremely so. Description, do it now. Do it now. And then the cost is just going to be 100,000 points. I'm kidding. Just 100 points. I'm going to leave it at pink, I suppose. Actually, perhaps I should make it a bit of a baby blue or something like that to show that this is the embodiment of water. There you go. Maybe customizing the color of your hue light. Perhaps that sounds like work. However, if you're willing to work for it, then fine. Let's see. Let us see. This is going to be change RGB background color. Pick a color that you would like to see. I'm going to make that one 1000. I'm going to make that one a pricey one. I wish I could make it multicolored or something like that, but no. Okay, so there it is. I just added that reward. Has anybody spent their points and I just have not realized it yet? Oh no, I think that we are doing just fine. The time for the accent to end is coming soon indeed. Okay, I've gone ahead and added that. That is a good one. Oh, he's got 26,914 points. That is insane. You see, this man saves up his points. He is a trooper for sure. Learn from him. Bloody Fedora knows the knowledge. No, I thought I was ahead. You were not, sir. You have missed quite a few streams, in fact. Changing you input to a bad microphone. Absolutely not. I will not subject any newcomers to that. And I already sold the Siren Elite, so I don't really have any bad microphones around. My goals? Someday. My dreams? Gone. Well, you can't still be ahead, of course. Rumor has it that subscribers actually earn points at a faster rate, you know. So don't be too shy in doing so. Okay, I think my time is actually up. I just splurge on Russian accents, but I will invest for the RGB one. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That is an investment. An investment that might be worth making. The sing-a-song one is still going to stay at 3,000. I think that's pretty reasonable. It is a special occasion after all. Look, man, I have a PC to build. Hey, I mean, it is entirely up to you. Like, you can either earn points faster or build your PC. Which one do you care about more? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Because, I simply can't bear the answer. I'm that sensitive to anything. Any other idea, guys? Any other ideas? As to what you would like to see. The PC, I can't believe that you still ended up saying it. You still ended up saying it. I can't believe it. Okay, I am officially hurt. But with my feelings aside, what else would you like to see in these points? In these reward system, I should say. The hydration one has already been included, which is one that has been requested for quite some time. So I appreciate it. Tech cooking. I can't really cook in my room. I would attract like a bunch of different rodents and roaches. I, I think for now it is okay. Okay, sure thing. I want a tech cooking video. I mean, what if I said that I can't cook? Because I can't cook. I can make cereal just fine. Oh, I can make coffee just fine. But that's really about it. Just barely enough to survive. I mostly buy food. I want tech cooking. Okay, Jesus, gosh. Oh, goodness. Learn how to. Wow, like it's that simple. Well, I have a PC to build. Yeah, so too bad. Coffee is fine. I guess I could make like a coffee brewing video and just like and just like post that up and make it like super cinematic, add like a bunch of transitions and stuff and just toss like a GoPro inside of my boiling coffee. Teach us how to brew coffee. Come on, I'm pretty sure that you already know how to brew coffee. Hello, sorry I'm late. No worries, Chaos. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will watch that. Well, as much as I appreciate that enthusiasm, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to have a coffee brewing channel. I have been working on a second channel, though. However, I will not announce the name of it until later on. And it is going to be just like a lot more casual. I'll be talking about things that I feel like talking about on there, not only tech. Your YouTube fueled my Twitch, says Tekukami Mochi. Thank you. No, thank you. I very much appreciate that. And I do hope that that you're enjoying the stream so far. I very much do. And thank you for stopping by as well. Oh, and you see, you already know how to brew coffee, John Woo Firecat. It's not like I have a fancy brewer or anything like that. It wouldn't be anything special, that's for sure. Speaking of coffee, I want a cappuccino now. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Although, you know what, Blood Fedora? I'm also kind of on the same boat as you. Because I kind of really want a cappuccino right now as well. My mom has been making those as of lately. You know, she's been getting a little bit experimental here. And yeah, that's been a big bulk of what she's been making as of late. Sorry about that, guys. The boiling room is right next to my bedroom. So unfortunately, when there's like heat going through the tubing around it, it just starts like moving really violently. And it does make a sound. I don't know if this microphone is picking it up or not, but I'm certainly feeling it like on the wall right now, and I'm also hearing it. It is rather aggressive, if I do say so myself. I do not know how to brew coffee. I know how to brew tea. Tea? Oh, I'm sorry. I misread your comment earlier. Well, I mean, I guess tea isn't as good as coffee in my opinion. I think that coffee is much better in many ways. You look concerned for a second there. No, yeah, this actually happens literally every single night, and I still haven't gotten used to it. Like, sometimes I'm like, okay, like, this is pretty intense, because the tubes are really aggressive. Like, it is just not a good look. Like, hella alert. Yeah. I mean, I had to be careful. It was either that somebody was, like, punching on my wall, or on my door, or it was just like the tubing, and it ended up being the tubing. Too bland, he says. Coffee. Tea is calm. Well, that's exactly why tea is bland. Coffee, on the other hand. Coffee livens up the spirit. Coffee does so much for the human body. And Bashar Wahed said, I'm really love you, or I really love you. I'm assuming you meant to say I really love you. And thank you. I appreciate that love. That is very much appreciated. It always is. So thank you. Thank you very much. I drink both, but I prefer coffee. The British would hate me. Well, I mean, I guess that they would hate me too, if that were the case. I don't know. Like tea's fine if I'm sick, you know, or like if I'm being offered tea at someone else's house. Like I would take it, I would drink it. But generally speaking, I do prefer coffee. Coffee just resuscitates the spirit. I want to sell coffee now. I feel like I should just like plant my own coffee, and just like grow my own beans and stuff, and just like put it in the bag, and just like draw my own logo on that, and just be like, okay, dear customer, this was made with love from the ground up. Get it? I just love the flavor. No, yeah, coffee is definitely fantastic. And the best thing about coffee is that it can still taste in so many different ways. And I feel like I'm being a bit pretentious about the coffee as well. Probably because I am wearing a turtleneck right now. So like, I guess I'm just in the spirit of being a bit of a bag. So do forgive me if I'm coming across as one. I gotta go, sorry. I couldn't stay for long. Oh, no worries. Thank you either way for stopping by, and I wish you a wonderful night. See ya. It was a good one. Vanilla flavored is my favorite. Yes, vanilla flavored coffee is quite good for sure. I have to say that those stupid tubes are still going wild right now. I don't know if that makes it any easier to hear the tubes. Probably not. It probably does not help much more to like hear the tubes. Okay. I guess it doesn't really make much of a difference. But yeah, like those tubes were still being pretty aggressive just now. They were really going at it. They were trying to kill somebody. I don't hear anything. Aww. That means you guys cannot hear my suffering. Pokemon or Beyblade? Which one did you have? I had Pokemon. Beyblade, I never had a genuine Beyblade. Actually. I always wanted one, but I never had one. However, something that is indeed better than Beyblade is Beat-A-Man. Beat-A-Man, or Beat-A-Men, I guess, like in plural, would be these like tiny robots, or like they looked like robots at least, and you would put like marbles like from the back, and they would just like come out like from the stomach, and you would win if you could hit like the goalpost on the opponent's own robot, because like right underneath the cannon you would see just like one little goalpost there. You would only move your Beat-A-Man sideways. There was also an anime for it, which I enjoyed a bit. But I was definitely a bigger Pokemon fan than I was a Beyblade fan either way. Because with Pokemon, I was able to get a lot more competitive with that. I mean, in Pokemon, you do have things like EV training and IV breeding as well. Like, these are just things that can very much get you hooked, especially like if you want the perfect whatever, you know, like whatever Pokemon you want, as long as it's not a legendary, of course, because you can't really do much about the IVs there, but the EVs you can. The microphone really it is good at isolating external sounds. It is, isn't it? This is such a fantastic microphone, but I guess that you do get what you pay for. So there's that. And this microphone has left me still a little sad on the wallet, but I guess it's been worth it for the audio quality and what I've been able to offer to the streams and the like. And it's also a new review on the channel on a microphone that I've hardly ever heard anything about, but that I've always wanted to test out myself, and this microphone is very impressive. And it was Beyblade's for you, huh? Well, yeah, I guess that Beyblade, in a sense, was just more popular in its own way. At least, like, as of more recently. Especially since I was more so like a physical toy. Back when I was working at a school, actually, like some of the kids that went there brought over their Beyblades, and they started playing with that instead of like Pokemon cards or something. So I was kind of like, huh, I thought that Beyblade died a long time ago, but I also thought the exact same of like Bakugan, and Bakugan is apparently still a thing as well. Remind me, what do you plan on playing in the future? Streaming, I mean. In the near future, I'm not really planning on playing any video games on stream, at least. I tried streaming Persona the other time, but the issue with streaming Persona is that like I do have to just like stand there and sit and just like wait for like the narrative to progress. So I didn't really think that it was quite as fun to stream, and I wish that I had gotten into the gameplay more so. So yeah, like in the near future, I don't really have any games in particular in mind that I want to stream, but if anything comes up, I will make sure to do so. How old are you, bro? Says Brandon. I'm 23. I'll be turning 24 this year. I am an old fart. Derps1 says sup. It's been a while. Hello to you. It has. I hope that you're doing well. If you want, you can play Darkest Dungeon. Quite stressful. Just an idea. You just want to watch me suffer, don't you? Don't you? I'm actually going to look into Darkest Dungeon. So you said a 5600X could not run. Wait. Okay. You're talking about the Ryzen 5 could not run a 3070. So what do you recommend? That's not what I said. I said that you're going to experience some bottlenecking there, because the 3070 is capable of quite a lot, and the Ryzen 5 is too, especially like the 5th generation or 4th gen technically, a Ryzen 5 CPU, but it's just that in tandem, the GPU, in this case the 3070, would be running faster than the CPU, to the point where like it would just create a bottleneck where the CPU isn't really catching up with the GPU, therefore you're experiencing performance issues right then and there. So that's why I wouldn't pair those two together, personally. But like we did already decide on what graphics card you were going to get instead, no? Like, didn't you say that you were going to get a 1060 6 gig instead, at least until the pricing on the 3070 improved? Unless you're just asking about the CPU, then that's another story. I would love to see you suffer. There you go. You're finally being honest with me, bloody Fedora. Finally, some honesty. Like, does it hurt to be so truthful? I'm just joking. Okay, just making sure your age, because I wanted to send you this message. Oh, I've been asked to hydrate, actually, so let me go ahead and do that, and I have no idea what that message was. I need to have a water bottle on hand with me. So what did I miss exactly? Oh, I love watching your streams. It's the best part of my day to come and watch your streams while I pleasure the inside of my with. I always until I'm sorry, buddy, but that comment has to disappear, unfortunately. That is far too inappropriate for this comment section right now. Let's see. Unfortunately, well, the chat's not catching up, so that message is just going to be there. Sorry to anybody whom that may bother, but there we go. Why is Ryzen 5 3600 better than Intel Core i5-10400K if Intel has better benchmarks? Well, I wasn't the one who made that claim, so let's see how it is. Let's see what somebody has to say about that. I mean, I certainly don't agree with that claim. I think that the i5-10400K is the better CPU. Derps 1. So what did you recommend instead of the Ryzen 5? What can run the 3070? I would actually say that a 10400K would be a great option if you want to go the Intel route, but I'm pretty sure that you do want to stay with AMD. So I would just get a Ryzen 7 3700X. If anything, those should not be very hard to find. I think that CPU is actually going to pair quite well, in fact, with your 3070. But I don't know, says Bloody Fedora. I think that you would have fun. It depends if you like the game or not, but it does allow you to talk and play at the same time. Okay, I'm guessing that there isn't much voice acting in that game, if any at all, right? And that's probably why. And how did you get that overlay? Well, I actually bought it off of own.tv. I kind of wanted to make my own actually quite a while back, but my plans on that ended up changing when I realized how difficult that would be to make a nice one, for that matter. Like, you can focus on chat and gameplay at the same time. I guess that would work also because it is a turn-based game, so that would allow me to do both for sure. And you can name characters, so like if you want, like you can name adventures after the chat. Oh sure. I mean, that sounds like fun actually. Let's see who would win such privileges of having their names. On my first playthrough of Darkest Dungeon, for streaming and editing, is the Intel Core i5 good? If we're talking about the 10400K, then yeah, I think it's going to do just fine when it comes to both. Usually, like streaming does require good multi-threaded performance. Fast cores are great, but more cores tends to be better in my opinion. And the Core i5, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it has six cores. This most recent one. Let me actually check. Core i5 10400K. How many cores does this thing have already? Oh yeah, it is indeed a 6-core CPU, running at 2.9 gigahertz. Okay, that clock speed is actually kind of low. Oh, but that's just for the regular 10400. It's not for the 10400K. would the Ryzen 5 3600 be better at streaming then? I think the Ryzen 5 also has 6 cores, but let me just check to be totally sure. Ryzen 5 3600. I'm pretty sure that it's only no, yep, it is only 6 cores, 12 threads. So honestly, they would be about the same, but when it comes to clock speed, in that case, because they do have the same core count and the same thread count, so then in that case, what's going to make the biggest difference is really going to be the clock speed here. And since we saw that the 10400 was running at 2.9 gigahertz, let's see what this one would be running at its base. I need to look into that just very briefly, very quickly. And come on, where are you? Information on that, where are you? Just give me the clock speeds for it. I think that the clock speed for it is just going to be like slightly higher. I don't think it's going to be all that much. I just wasn't expecting the one on the 10400 to be below 3 gigahertz because the cores are not really all that fast. Let me see. Okay, no. I'm like not finding any kind of information. Oh no, well never mind. Actually, I did from PC Part Picker. It looks like the Ryzen 5 3600 runs at 3.6 gigahertz, and it is a 6-core CPU, 12 threads. This is definitely going to be a better option for streaming. That's for sure. Which would you recommend then? The Ryzen 5 3600. That's the one I would immediately flock to between the two. Like comparing core counts and clock speeds in this case, it sounds like the Ryzen 5 is a better value. And Bloody Fedora says, just a warning, if you do get the DLCs, they make the game kind of more challenging, so I recommend the medium difficulty for like a good playthrough with Darkest. But please don't select a Blood Moon, you will suffer. I thought you wanted me to suffer. What happened? Did you change your mind? Like, did you get worried now? I Am Pizza says, hi. Hello to you. How are you doing tonight? I hope that you're having a good time so far. Now, I am going to take a look, actually, at Darkest Dungeon, because it is a game that I've looked at in the past, that I've considered getting. And it does go on sale sometimes over here on Steam. It sells for $25, which is not bad for the kind of game that it is already. It's like, it's not really like it's that big of a deal. Well, the bundle, which does include, I mean, this is the Ancestral edition. This appears to be actually with like all of the DLC and things like that. I'm probably going to wait on a nicer sale for that, but yeah, like if you do suggest getting the version with the most DLC, then I would. Between the Ryzen 5600X and the 3700X, which one? Let me take a look. I pretty much already know the specs for the 3700X, but let me check out the 5600X again. It is a $300 processor. It is still 6 cores, 12 threads. And what is... Okay, the clock speed appears to be around 3.7 gigahertz. I mean, I would probably still recommend the Ryzen 7 3700X, because in that case, you're getting 8 cores, 12 threads, which is still going to go a long way when helping you get pretty good streaming performance, for example. So like, I would still probably encourage you to go in that direction either way. Going with an older Ryzen 7, because you should still expect better performance in a lot of different tasks, especially multi-threaded tasks, such as live streaming. Good thing. So what about you? Oh, well, I'm actually doing pretty all right. Again, like more so, well, like I mentioned a lot earlier in the stream. I know that you weren't here for that, but I'm more so like thinking about what I have to do after the stream. So it's like, I got work to do. Because unfortunately, time just like caught up to me today. I've been working for the past 10 hours, and it's like, I have to like come in and stream at 8. But I'm here and I am relaxing. Is the Ryzen 3 good for just gaming? I would say so, yeah. Like if you're gaming on a budget, I would get the Ryzen 3. The Ryzen 3 is not a bad CPU by any means, but I mean, it does have its limits, obviously. Blood Moon is a time limit and requires like a good amount of skill, planning, and luck that beginners don't have. So basically, you do need experience in order to get through it. Darkest is a good challenge. Nice suffering. Okay, so now we're back to you being sadistic here and wanting me to suffer. But we'll see. We'll see which version of the game I end up getting. I was about to ask the exact same question. What are your PC specs? My PC specs cover, at the moment, a Ryzen 9 3950X, which is a 16-core, 32-thread CPU. I'm running an RTX 3090. I'm running 128 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes of N.2 storage, an additional 8 terabyte hard drive in there, and there is an Elgato 4K capture card in there as well, 1000 watt power supply, and yeah, as for the important specs, that's about it. It's not overclocked. Mike Ness says hello to you. Kevin, hi. How big is your mic? That's a pretty good question. It is pretty large. I do have a pretty big microphone here. Redeemed hydrate. Oh, I've been asked to drink a couple of times already. Okay, there we go. I've done it. I feel hydrated. Well, like, did it sound like I needed to hydrate? Though my microphone, okay, like in all seriousness, I think my microphone is about 10 inches long. Torture ass. So do you think the MV7 sounds as good as the SM7B? No, I don't. There is more depth that comes from the SM7B. But the MV7 is just a really good, affordable alternative to the SM7B. It's like one of the best, cheaper alternatives for that microphone. But I do not think that it sounds as good. Even having them like side by side will tell you that right away. Another question: how big is your chin? I don't know, actually. Good question. Huh. I mean, I don't think I have a big chin by any means. I'm not Kevin, I'm not going to read that comment because I will not fall for that. And that is an old one. That is a very old joke. Might be 150 on that one. What? Wait, what are you talking about now, Jamu? Maybe 150. Still confused on that one. Livadora says, plus a tip, torchlight influences combat stats. Keep that in mind. Enemies are stronger in the dark and crit chance rises. But also, you do get more loot. Oh, sweet. I will keep that in mind. For sure. Uriel says, hello. Loved your channel a bit more after I saw that you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, well, that's awesome. So, do we have a fellow Yu-Gi-Oh! Player here as well? I love to see that. Mikeness asks, "Are you gay?" No, I'm not. Jamu Firecat, maybe 150 points on the hydrate. No, I think that it's fine at 100, to be honest. I'm just gonna hire it again. Look, clearly, Unstoppably Trimax is very concerned about me and just wants me to get hydrated. I appreciate the compliment, Brandon, but let's not get explicit here, please. Maybe 500 points to hydrate. I don't know. I feel like this. I feel like 100 just helps a lot. You know, like it just keeps me hydrated. You know, you have pubes on your chin. I do. I know. I've been intending on like shaving it, but over here, but like it does get kind of annoying to do, and it just like grows back so quickly. So like, unfortunately, sometimes I'm just better off leaving it. But like, I would much rather shave this part off. No, I'm not bi either. To answer your question. Zaberu FPS says, "Sup, bro? How's your day going?" It is actually going pretty well. Thank you for asking. It really has just been filled with a ton of work, really. Kevin, I shall not answer questions of the sort. I shall not. These are private questions, Uriel. I'm trying to teach my kids about Yu-Gi-Oh! So that we can duel. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of the most complicated card games ever, in my opinion. So like, best of luck with that for sure. Definitely. However, like, if you do manage to teach your kids like how to play successfully, and like you can have a pretty good competitive game with them, then I think you've got a pretty good thing going for you. Like that would be pretty awesome. Bro, you have the whole chat gay simping for you. I wish that this many men wanted me. I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate the simping. Like, let's just not get too explicit is all. However, the compliments are welcome. Do you have a YouTube channel? I do, actually. My YouTube channel is titled right after my Twitch one. There's only a space in between Tech and Summit. So you can find me as Tech Summit on YouTube. How many kids do you have? I don't have any kids right now. You're really well spoken too. I find that cute. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I try my best. Guys, play a real game like Fortnite. Zaberu says, getting the Shure SM57 this weekend with Audience Evo 4. What do you think? Man, those are actually two products I have not tested in the past. So let me actually take a look. The SM57. I'm gonna take... Oh, I did actually come across this microphone last night when I was at Micro Center. And it does seem like a pretty interesting microphone that is certainly different. It's a cardiodynamic microphone. It certainly does look like a dynamic microphone. And then the Evo 4, I'm guessing that's the audio interface. Let me see. Ah, I've also seen this audio interface in the past. Unfortunately, like I don't really have an opinion, at least like a valid opinion on either because I haven't tested either. But um, Shure products, I mean, I can vouch for them. Evo, I've never tested any of their stuff to be completely frank, but I mean, I've heard of them in the past. It if that means anything. Dolphin Arena says, I've been watching a few of your microphone reviews. Picked up the Toner TC30 6 weeks ago. Curious about oh, wait a second. I feel like I missed a part there. Hang on. Excuse me. Upgrading to AT2020 tomorrow. Well, thank you very much for that donation. Let me actually see. Okay. I very much appreciate that donation of 99 pounds. I hope I got that right. I tend to confuse like the Euro sound sign and the pound sign. So I think it's pounds. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. And sorry, I need to go back to answering your question again, Dolphin Arena. What I'm curious about is, what do you use as a daily driver? So what I use as a daily driver is actually this Electro Voice RE27ND. This is a pretty fantastic microphone, for sure. I love it. I love this microphone. But I would say that if you're switching from the TC30 to the AT2020, I think you're going to feel like that is a pretty massive upgrade, in my opinion. I think that you're really going to like that upgrade. And Tabiru is over here fighting for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. He says, can you guys stop trolling the pseudo super chill? Thank you. Kevin, yeah, stop. I love him. You're real. My girlfriend asked me if you were hot because of all of those comments. Oh my goodness. I look and how are you streaming on both platforms? So like I'm currently doing it through Streamlabs OBS. All that I really have to do is simply flip a switch on both my YouTube and my Twitch. I just log in from my one Streamlabs account into both my Twitch and my YouTube, and I press go live, and I can go live on both places at the same time, and it does help me reach a lot more people that way. I like playing Yu-Gi-Oh too, says Kevin. That is fantastic. I've always been a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, and I've only gotten more competitive about the game as time has passed. Why all the Sims? I have no idea. What has happened? When did this happen? Why did this happen? How did this happen? It is indeed the first time ever, but there it is. It exists. And it has indeed happened. Hey, I very much appreciate that subscription as well, so thank you so much. I'm trying to figure out exactly where it came from, which is like the one downside over here actually of like streaming to both platforms. It's just kind of like you end up missing out on a couple of things every now and then, and I do end up having to like look back. Sidejinx actually just subscribed on YouTube. Okay, there we go. There's that notification. All right, so thank you for that, Sidejinx, for that subscription. I do very much appreciate it. Let's see. Yep, 99 cent. Okay, like one pound, I guess. Like, what do you guys call, like, here we call like the little coins before the dollar, we call them cents. Like, what do you call them over there? Life Adore says tech is a husband now. They can't help. This is like the first time I get called that. But I will not say no. I'm starting to be a content creator. Been using TikTok to learn how to edit videos and to make it fun. Interesting. Are you planning on moving over to YouTube to do so, or do you plan on like just sticking to TikTok for the time being? Zabiru says a lot of people on Techsource Discord audio files recommended that to me. Like, I mean, around 30 plus people recommending it to me. I mean, wow. If a lot of people are vouching for it, then I don't see why not. It's not that I distrust either product. It's just that I don't, like, I've never tested them. So unfortunately, I don't really have an opinion on them, but they're probably really good. You look like Chengdu. Look it up. Okay. Who's Chengdu? Let's see. Chengdu. All that I'm getting here is really just like a restaurant. Mr. Oh, wait a second. Is that the guy with like the really big chin? I'm hoping switching from USB to XLR is a good choice. The TC30 hasn't sounded particularly bad, but it clips pretty much constantly. That was one of my issues with it. Also hoping the UMC 22 is a good enough interface for the AT2020. The AT2020 doesn't take a lot to drive, so I think you're going to be just fine. So no worries there, Dolphin Arena. Like, I'm pretty sure that you're going to be perfectly fine. Zabiru says the same. It's my first time using an XLR cable. It seems complicated at first, and then, like, you do it once and then you get it. It's like, XLR, huh? Do you watch anime? Yes, I do. Of course, I get what you're saying, bro. You should test a ASAP. Don't. Wait, I shouldn't test a ASAP? I'm like confused now. What's going on here? On that last part, at least. I mean, they do seem pretty interesting to like test out. I've been streaming on Facebook because all of my family and friends have it, but as soon as I get a decent following, I'd want to switch it up to other platforms. Okay, I get that. And it is a good idea to, like, at first just focus on one platform before you try starting to move over to like different platforms and things like that, or at the very least like expanding, because it's very good to get a grasp on one platform before you start like moving in like other directions. Like, for instance, I did YouTube for a couple of years before I started doing Twitch as well as YouTube. Definitely make a video on the Shure SM57 and Audient Evo 4. I'd be down for sure. I mean, I would have to get them first. However, I did promise that I was going to get the Ascent Stealth, so that's probably going to be the priority here. Oh, Chang is a meme? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that he was a meme. I got trolled live. No, that's not fun. That's not fun. Plus, I don't think my chin looks like that. Don't make me cry while I'm live. Hello, folks. Says tech for your needs. Hello, buddy. How are you doing tonight? John Move Market says, hey, can't you watch something? Look at Discord. I'm gonna take a quick peek at Discord. Excuse me for just one moment. Let me see what's on Discord. let's see what Jammu Firecat has over here. I'm guessing it's under... What is it under, actually? Oh, I see. Like, it's just a DM. Whoops. My apologies. Flavador says, my hair is spiked for some reason, like static electricity spiked, but there's no rain, no thunder, no clouds, nor anything that will shock me. It is just up for some reason. Huh. I mean, I certainly don't have that experience. Like, when it comes to humidity and stuff like that, what ends up happening to my hair is just that it gets a bit frizzy. Well, actually really frizzy. Zabiru, FPS. Nah, your chin is normal. Ah, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm not going to cry tonight anymore. Now that I've been complimented. Again, like, I appreciate everybody's love. I do. I'm going to head off the stream. I'm dying to play Minecraft. No problem. Have a good night. Can't wait for another stream. No worries, and I cannot wait to have you on the next stream. I wish you a wonderful night, Zabiru. I, in fact, will be ending very, very soon myself, as I still have work to do. My body can only hold up for so long. But thank you. And I do see that you sent me a video here. It's like NVIDIA versus AMD, like out of stock. And I recognize the guy on the right, actually, of that thumbnail. He is very popular for getting into that laughing fit, like during that one talk show. I went Super Saiyan and I didn't notice. JK. Oh, well, I mean, it also could have happened. Who knows? Tech for Your Needs asks, what is your take on live streaming on different platforms? Twitter, Spaces, Instagram, Clubhouse, and Twitch. Are you talking about streaming on these at the same time or at different times? Like, yeah. I guess I asked what I meant to ask. So tell me. Uriel says, I've been waiting for this Attack on Titan and other isekais lately. MHA made me scream and root for Red Riot. MHA? Can you remind me what game that is? Wait a second. You did say Attack on Titan, so MHA is probably an anime. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. But, like, I don't recognize that acronym. My apologies. Oh, wait a second. I think I do, actually. My Hero Academia, isn't it? It literally just clicked. Play it, please. It is hilarious. It doesn't have any music in it, does it? My Hero Academia. So, would it hurt you in any way if I said that I'm not a fan of My Hero Academia? At the same, but not sure if you can multi-live stream on all of them at the same time. You could through certain services, in fact, like something like Restream.io would actually be very helpful in doing that. And it's probably the simplest service that I would recommend based off of your needs. Because if you wanted to stream to all of them at the same time, like, it's just going to show you your chat for like all of those platforms in just one place, and it's going to show them on stream so that people know where these messages are coming from, since they don't really get to see the ones that are from other platforms and things of the like. So, like, it might be worth looking into. Please play the NVIDIA and AMD thing. There's no music, no copyright. Alright, I'm gonna trust you here. Let's see. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so I'm at the video. I'm actually going to switch the windows. I'm actually going to switch the windows over. Where am I? Over here. Okay. I have to switch it over to this side. And Discord. No, not Discord. Streamlabs. I have to move you as well. to move you over here. The only can't stream is Clubhouse. Yeah, I see. I mean, the other ones should be pretty easy to get into, if anything, though. Fairly certain, at least. And I think that the other ones would be handled by Restream, in fact. So there is also that. Let's see. It is coming out through my speakers. Hang on. Let me switch this over to my headphones. So that would just be... Come on, just show me chat. There you go. Okay.
Pero también se mueren los demás. ¿Te consuela que se mueran los demás?
Hombre,
Si te vas tú, no.
si me voy yo. Si me voy yo, ¿qué voy a esperar yo de los demás? Pues que vayan todos para adelante conmigo. ¿Qué la pregunta que me has hecho?
Hombre, todos pa'lante.
You made 4 more units than I did.
Ey, yo, el que no duermo soy yo. El que no duermo soy yo, que
messed
tengo
up.
mis manos que roncan.
That's fucked up.
Que ronque no me deja dormir. Ay, me tengo que acostar 2 horas antes para coger sueño.
Pero que soy muy aprensivo. ¿Cómo será el fin del mundo?
O
¿Cómo será?
se abre la tierra en nuestra gata.
Se abre la tierra ahí.
Se abre la tierra a tu
It's just Nvidia and AMD laughing on our faces, basically.
No, es que me está animando. Me lo está poniendo peor. Claro. Pero tú estás preparado.
Transition to a serious face so quickly.
Me está metiendo miedo, Jesús.
No.
Con el madera.
Produce more bicycles, I will. We need more bicycles.
Vamos a llegar a la...
Okay, the music was starting to build up there, actually. So you lied to me, Jamu Firecat. If I get hit by some kind of copyright claim, I'm going to be so mad. But with that said, I'm going to end this live stream on a very strong fit of anger. And thanks to all of you for jumping into tonight's live stream. I do very much appreciate it. And yeah, I will be seeing you all on the next one. Thank you for asking all of your questions. And I do hope that you enjoy these just chatting sessions. There was the music? Yes, there was indeed music. And it was just building up and building up and building up. And I was like, oh goodness. No, wait, what? Yes. So now you know. I really do have to be careful, like when it comes to playing music and stuff on here. It has to be very much copyright free stuff, because I did have a live stream claimed at one point. It's not like these live streams are really monetized. Like, I don't think that there are any ads on these live streams, at least. I mean, on Twitch, yes, but not so much on YouTube. So like the only way that I do get to monetize these is basically through donations and Twitch subscriptions, or like super chats and things like that. So yeah, like just a tip for the future. Thank you for sending that over either way. No worries. Now, to all of you, have a wonderful night. Again, thanks you so much for jumping in, and I wish you all a great time. I will be seeing you all on the next one, most likely for the next microphone live review, and until then, have a good one.